Yeah, Jins, hi. Welcome to the channel. Please make yourself at home, sit down and enjoy the video. Before we begin, I've recently been watching this show called Euphoria. Please let me know if you've watched it before. It's interesting and a little questionable, but in a good way. Okay, that being said, I want to talk about K-pop rappers. Yes, the idols that most likely are the weakest singers in the group and are given rap positions because there's no other main position. Now before we start, let's be real, K-pop rap in general isn't that great. I would even go on to say it's probably the least legitimate position an idol could possess. Of course, there always exceptions to this, and I'm sure there are a few idols that can rap well and aren't given cringy and downright awful lyrics. Yes, I'm talking about all the cringy raps that have slapped but are still downright cringy. Today I'm going to explore the members that have a rap position and explain why I don't like them with a concise and thorough reasoning. I'm not a rap expert or professional, just wanted to put it out that this video is just a little fun and shouldn't be taken seriously. Most idols rap because their company gives them this position. It's not an insult. If their raps suck, it's more so the company's problem. You feel me? Okay. So the first idol I'm going to be talking about is Yeri from Red Velvet. I think Yeri can pop off at times, but I do think her raps are very same-ish and uninteresting sometimes. When she rapping, it sounds like she's singing with a little more rhythm in it. Red Flavor is probably the sound with one of her worst raps. It sounds like she was talking, singing, never mind rapping. It sounded like was bored and it didn't work at all. I think Yeri suits solely being a vocalist. I think most of the idols on this list would be better as vocalists, but yeah, I feel like Irene is equally as bad in my opinion, but has more of her rhythm and her rapping is a little diverse. You feel me? I feel like a lot of Yeri's rap just isn't good, and more of the time they're forgettable and cringy. A lot of companies seem to stick in random rap parts in songs. It's like making a cake and constantly adding sprinkles. It makes the cake look pretty, but is completely unnecessary. So yeah, Yeri's rapping just isn't it. No hate intended to her, but yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Next idol is Mark from GOT7. Now, GOT7 have all left JYP Entertainment, but I thought I would make sense for me to add him regardless. Okay, so my biggest thing with Mark's rapping is it just sounds boring. He sounds bored whilst rapping. I mean, this could be a stylistic choice, but it doesn't work at all. He also sorta talk raps. His raps are probably the worst parts of the group's songs. Yeah, it's a no for me. Similar to Yeri, a lot of his lines sound like singing with a bit of rhythm to them. They are not rapping at all, and makes me question, why not just sing instead? The talking rapping, I would assume rapping should sound different from singing, and I think that's the main issue with the rap position. Most idols don't care about rap and rap because it's the only position they can possess. I feel like Mark doesn't care for rap, and it shows in his rapping. He also seems to rap loudly and some of his speech sounds slurred. His bored sounding tone turns me off and makes his rap 10 times worse. So yeah, I don't like his raps at all. GOT7 overall has a pretty mediocre rap line, but Mark is by far the member's rap I dislike the most. Okay, so next up is Dahyun from Twice. Okay, so I think most of us more or less know that Twice have probably the most cringy raps ever. No offense, Dahyun is the member who rapped the most recently, and yeah, I don't like it. Dahyun raps are not only cringy, which isn't her fault, but they are so bad her rap and more very talk singy. I think with Dahyun it's very obvious she was given the role because she isn't a strong singer unlike her peers. Her singing is very soft and sweet. Why doesn't she stick with that? Most of the time I physically cringe at her raps. I feel like Taeyong is competent on her own. I feel like my biggest gripe is their cringy raps, and Dahyun tends to sing rap ballad in some songs in Dance the Night Away. You can't tell me that was a rap. It sounded more like a singing line, almost nursery rhyme-esque. Dahyun raps don't sound good. I think she would be a decent sub-singer. No offense, but members being given rap positions to idols like Candy is why the position is so unrespected. Dahyun voice is very soft and sees would slay as a singer. Sadly, the rapping thing she has going on isn't doing it. A lot of Dahyun's rap has some sort of a gimmicky dance move or a random rap line that seems odd, but I suppose it's become a staple thing at this point. In a Twice title track we can expect a cringy rap verse, but one of the members, yeah, at this point I guess they're used purposefully. So yeah. Okay, so next is Everglow's E.U. Now Aisha rapping isn't any better, but I can appreciate her dark tone. In rapping, Everglow E.U's rapping, I liked it at some point, and a lot of fans were talking up her rap, and I took a listen at some of their song, and honestly, her voice sounds like a Luna member. Is that just me? Her rapping sounds average to me, it's very undistinguishable and doesn't have any flavor in my opinion. It sounds familiar but her rapping doesn't do anything for me. With most good rappers, they have their signature rap flow and I don't get that with E.U. She gets the job done but that's about it. You feel me? I feel like her rap and La Di Da was probably the least interesting part of the song, yeah. So that's my opinion. I prefer Aisha, not because she's better, because I'm sure she's not, but honestly her voice is very deep and raspy. Her voice sounds a little more interesting. Okay, so next is Taeyong from NCT. Now SM rappers, in general, are pretty meh. So meh in fact that Giselle, Rookie Idol, is considered SM's best rapper. I think Taeyong rapping is very anticlimactic. His dancing is good, super good, and that's where his strength lies. I don't think his rapping is anything to talk home about. Similarly to Dahyun, he's lucky enough to get iconic and catchy rap lines that make the listener believe they're good. In my opinion, his rapping is very slurred. It becomes even more apparent when he raps in English. They just sound weird to me. Even though he's rapping in Korean, I don't feel the same with NCT's Mark. I think a lot of his rap sound a little odd to me, yeah. Most of the time he's rapping comes across worse in my opinion. When he raps with Mark's rap in Korea sounds a lot nicer. I guess Taeyong being a non-English speaker could do with this, but there's a ton of Korean rappers I like. In Super M's Jopping, his rapping just sounded slurred, and it didn't come off in a stylistic way whatsoever. Okay, the last K-pop rapper I don't gel with is Jinny from Secret Number. She debuted mid last year. I feel like her raps are pretty meh, and I want more from her. Her rap in their debut song consisted of a lot of years and repetition of words. Her rap part was extremely disappointing considering she came from YG, the company with the quote-unquote best rappers. It was highly disappointing. Interestingly, her pre-debut stuff was pretty good, so what went wrong? I won't lie, her flow sounds a little childish sometimes and off, but her rapping since debut has been pretty bad. Her rap part was her repeating "boy, I'm not a stranger, I'll be your danger" or something like that. She also writes her raps and girl, it wasn't it. Her flow seems decent, but yeah, it wasn't it for me. Even their recent song Got That Boom was mediocre, and I wasn't impressed. Seeing as she makes her lyrics, I would have hoped she would be spitting fire, but it sounded poor and nothing to write home about. Okay y'all, did you enjoy the video? I hope you did. Please be sure to leave your opinions on all the idol I mentioned in today's video. K-pop rap for the most part isn't respected, and there's a ton of iconic songs from the most cringy and downright poorly written raps. I hope you guys found this video fun as did. Despite these idols not being the best, this doesn't diminish the fact that most of the poor rappers and poor raps go back to companies. But yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video.